Ooh. What's up, guys? How's it going? I just wanted to talk about a few things as far as slide guitar. Quick little instructional thing. If you're interested in learning, we're gonna go over a couple of things as far as like techniques and whatnot. I personally like to use porcelain slide. It's a Joe Perry porcelain slide. Joe Perry from Aerosmith. He didn't actually use this one. It's like endorsed or whatever. So yeah, whatever. I like these. They sound good. They feel good. Like as far as technique, and they're a little expensive. If you drop them, they break easily. So if your fingers get all sweaty and all that stuff, then they're easy to drop. So that's a factor. But you can use anything to play slide. It depends on what type of material, whether it's glass or copper or stainless steel or chrome or brass or whatever. You can use a freaking cigarette lighter to play slide if you wanted to, as long as it sounds good, whatever. But I just personally like these. And it's important to choose a diameter. I don't know if you can see that inside diameter that fits snugly with whichever finger you choose. I prefer my pinky. That way I can use my other three fingers of my hand to do chords and like fret the notes, and like I can still play slide with my pinky and basically doing a rhythm and lead at the same time type of thing. Like other slide players, they use their ring finger or their middle finger. I can't really fit this one over my middle finger. It's too, yeah, it won't fit. Let's see that again. Anyway, I like to use my pinky to play slide. It's a little heavy, the porcelain, which is why I was talking about, if your fingers get hot and sweaty, they're easy to drop and they shatter easily. So that's something you might want to consider. But they, as far as electric and acoustic, any type of slide you want to play, these are my preferred slides, is the porcelain. They sound good on every type of instrument and every setting, especially when you're dealing with like a noisy guitar and setup like I've got right now. Like if I was to use a brass or copper or stainless on this particular setup, it would probably be too much. It probably wouldn't sound all that great. So porcelain seems to work across the board. And also getting into slide, talk real quick about like how to fret and actually play slide. It's important to place the slide over the actual fret of the guitar. Like you're not going to go like typically how you would when you're playing guitar. You place your finger behind the fret just a little bit. The slide actually goes over on top of the fret. And if you stray just a little bit like ahead or behind the fret, then it's going to be off key, be off pitch. It's going to sound weird, so you got to really be on point with where you place the slide, which that's the real difficult part, is actually placing the slide on top of the fret so that you get a good tone and good pitch. If I'm gonna play up on top of the G or on top of the 12th fret, it looks like I'm angled. The slide is actually angled with the frets, which it is, but if I was to place it directly on top of the 12th fret, it's okay. But if I stray just a little bit further, yeah, we're off. If I go a little bit behind, I mean, you can see how subtle the variation is right there. So that's where vibrato comes into play. Like you have to really kind of like tune your ear to get the right pitch, you know, and then, you know, when you, that's why it's basically called slide, is you're sliding into the note and you're sliding down to the note. You know, you're either going, and then if you're not dead on with that, with your touch, with your pitch, it's going to be off. So adding a little bit of vibrato helps. Or you can add a little bit more if you want. And vibrato is a little bit tricky. It basically involves, you know, kind of like shaking your wrist a little bit. You know, you don't, it takes a bit of touch getting used to and learning how to do it. And it just takes practice. But, you know, it's something it's not too difficult. And I use, you know, my other 3 fingers on my hand to mute the strings so I don't get any of those crazy barnyard noises, like those weird wonky noises whenever the slide moves it up and down the fretboard. You know, and that's also the reason why I prefer to put the slide on my pinkies, because I can use these fingers to mute the rest of the strings. And it takes a little bit of practice, but it's not too difficult. You know, if I just want to play like a quick, you know, slide guitar lick in blues, and I'm in an open G tuning, I'm not in standard guitar tuning right now, I can, you know, and a lot of it involves, you know, just using your ear and figuring out what works. And it takes a lot of practice. I still have to practice this shit. So anyway, that's all for now. But keep practicing. There's lots of great, you know, slide guitar videos out there. Like one of my favorite guitar players that plays slide is Ry Cooder. And there's a guy that's on YouTube named Justin Johnson, and he's incredible player. I don't know if he's got a lot of instructional videos out, but look up some of his stuff, and he's got great stuff out there. So, you know, just keep on at it, and if you like what you hear, let me know, and we'll get further in depth of some slide guitar stuff. Thank you.